Well, that is a lot of relief.
No snow. Hopefully not even until they come out.
That was just my child had to worry. I don't have to worry.
We got, like, landed at like 4:15. And then I comes on. I flew, if I could fly from the city, it was direct. Oh, wow, that's the one. It's not. I know that the plane leaves late, it leaves late, well, starting it. And all of a sudden, then you're like, oh, and then- he doesn't know there. Eyes are not. Yes.
Even a busy day.
It's a joint, it's a joint. I'll go next time. Oh, okay. So somebody uses Lisa's pen. He did. He did. We'll take a picture of the video. One time we were together, but not.
Sweet, look at some.
So you know, it's a never since.
That's the first one.
I've heard.
Oh, okay. You know that.
What's your dog's name?
Do you have enough?
Do you have a location? Sure. No, you don't have any. You won't log in, but like it's like there.
I'm gonna take them up.
They weren't when I knew her, they, no, I mean, no. Seriously, do you? Sure.
Alex, I knew there was one. I got to fit in the front, but you can wait. Dan, I kept asking if it was coming, because we could always delay it.
He is, it's at last for 4:45.
It was okay.
Yes, later. And I just there.
It was.
I do not know where that's at.
Her husband is coming, so you know, and do a pile of items and that's.
So we'll plan later.
For a little bit.
Oh, he's here. He's here.
Oh,
You just have to come in and that's my tour.
20.
So
I could-
where are, like, are you going to a fire station?
and then recycling. So like the first.
You're not here to
run.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
not super cold. It's only 2 degrees, but it's. Fall asleep.
Yeah, I need to put them in.
It's good. You need to start the movie by 1:30. No, I haven't. And I will get that sheet out. Also, the cheat sheet.
You ready?
Where you?
Call this regular session of the Red Oak City Council to order this Monday, December 1st, 2025 at 5:30 PM here at the Red Oak Fire Station located at 1904 North Broadway. Just a reminder, the technology is working and we are recording this one. And let's see, invocation by Pastor Ray Simmons with Ascension Reformed Church. Please stand.
Let's pray. Dear Father, we have just finished Thanksgiving and we are reminded of your word that says that every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. So we thank you for your generosity to us and your mercy. We are blessed to have a God who does not vary. We thank you for our beautiful town. We thank you for the people who work to keep it that way. And I pray for the businesses, the farmers, the production plants, that you would bless them with success and with joy in their work. And we thank you that we live in a place where man's word and his reputation still matter. We thank you for the multiple children that are in this town, and we pray that they would grow up to serve you, to serve their families and their community well. Father, I pray for these leaders here at City Council. Your word says that you will give wisdom if we ask. So please give them wisdom in governance and also in dealing with difficult issues. Please grant them unity, even with different opinions within the council and within the town. Father, we look forward to Christmas, and I pray that souls in this town would embrace the free gift of forgiveness and eternal life. May your joy be known here in Red Oak, and may your joy be known as far as the curse is found. In Jesus' name, amen.
Brian, will you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go ahead and swear in, and then before we approve the agenda, we'll approve an item. All right. Gary, would you like to join me over at the fund? Sure. Exciting to see Larry and your family here. So thank you for joining us, folks. Excited to have you joining the team. So I will just have you up with your right now and repeat after me. I, Carrie Shelters,
I, Carrie Shelters,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my knowledge, ability,
and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of the office of city clerk
discharge all the duties of the office of city clerk
in Red Oak as now or hereafter required by law.
in Red Oak as now or hereafter required by law.
It's great to have you. So you could.
Yeah, all right.
Here, we're gonna take a picture with your family.
Oh, well, I didn't, yes.
That's enough for it.
It's okay. We promise. we won't.
Come on, buddy.
It's all good. Harry in the middle.
Thank you. Who's gonna be right here? And the short one.
Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3.
We should have a background with the city of Brown.
Thank you.
Great.
So number 5 is roll call.
Bradley, here. Bill. Rydell.
Here.
Heatring,
Here.
Lester,
Here. Before we approve the agenda, I would make one amendment that we would move number 18 to number 10 prior to to 11, following consent agenda. Since we have some folks here that are wanting to leave, so move 18 to 10 leave, correct? Or it's actually, 10.
Just after.
It's just
It's gonna be
10.
between 10 and 11.
Between 10 and 11, 10 and a half,
Compare time.
10.5, there we go. All right,
Make a motion with that amendment.
okay. Right off,
second.
and Bradley. Roll call.
Bills,
Yes.
Rydell,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebring,
Yes.
Bradley.
Yes. Number 7, we don't have any special notices or proclamations. Number 8 is public comment. We have a 3-minute limit and you must sign in at the front door to speak. Do we have any online as well? No, okay, so Kevin Carla. Just 1 second. So Carrie, the way we handle this is we have a card that at 30 seconds remaining, so at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we hold that card up. Do we have it? So at 2:30, we hold that up so they know they have 30 seconds. Sound
So
good?
I'm keeping track of the two.
I'll just put it right.
Okay.
Twin meetings.
Unless I get it.
I'll write you down.
All right, Kevin.
Kevin Carlisle, Town and Country Sanitation. Just kind of on that recycling thing. Oh, 2 things. Appreciate you moving it up. Doctor's orders tell me I need to go home and rest, so. Completely new to this recycling stuff. And obviously due to how Lynette has run things over the last 50 years or whatever it's been, but. I'm just kind of starting to look over those recycling numbers and how things were, talk to the landfill, Page County landfill. Got some information from them on what the charges were, being out of county for the additional $100 charge. Talked to one of the guys that does some of the recycling today and got some more information of, whether it's possible. He says that a lot of times the boxes aren't broke down on the cardboard. He says cardboard is the most used. He did tell me some things that I questioned of, with the glass, he says there's not much there. So he doesn't necessarily go to that area every trip, but he says it's very seldom full, as well as like the tin and the paper, but he says cardboard is always full, or not always full, but it fills faster. So just so you guys do know, as you move forward with this, I'm trying to work with the guys and figure out a way to, if there's room to cut some costs. If they gotta deliver, if they gotta take that cardboard down on Friday, afternoon, I mean, at the end of the day, if it has to be done, it has to be done. We all know you're probably getting out of town. The rural people are bringing it in. I mean, I watch from our back door. I watched where it comes into our compost area. They come up from Elliott and go right in there. I mean, it's one of those things. It's tough to police, but anyway, if you guys choose to do the bid process or whatever, I'll work on it and I'll get you one turned in.
Great.
Thanks,
you.
Kevin.
Thank you.
Lynette, Bruce, you wanna talk?
I don't know that I really have anything to say. Well, other than, you asked me for figures, I gave you the figures, and I don't know that. I don't know, this is my last straw, I guess, is what I wanna say, thank you, and I'm sure it can be brought down a little bit, I understand that we started doing more pickups. I ordered that for the guys because Lisa told me that it was always full. So I asked them to do more, and now maybe evidently it's gone the other way a little bit more. So that's the only thing that I really have to say. Other than that, thank you for everything, you guys.
All the best.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you. Sharon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lynette.
guys.
Yeah, all the best. All right. Department reports, we do not have any.
Or are we gonna? You're good.
Okay, number 10 is the consent agenda, which includes the approval of the minutes from the regular city council meeting on November 17th, 2025, and a special city council meeting on November 10th, 25. The receipt of minutes from the Animal Control Welfare Committee on 11/12/25, the Historic Preservation Commission on 10/20/25, and the Airport Commission on November 14th, 2025. Also, the tobacco license for Sam's Food Mart, a device retailer, and then also the December 1st, 2025 claims with an updated figure, which Lisa passed out, $38,947.61.
I don't know who Sam's Mart is, or Sam's Food Mart.
Downtown on Third Street between Coolbaugh and Washington, on the west side of the road. I think it used to be.
It's average years ago.
Yeah.
It's like a little, it's like a little grocery store downtown.
Yeah. Alright.
And they already had a regular tobacco, so this is like selling vapes.
I just didn't notice that.
Cigarettes. I don't think people think about it as that name. I think he has a sign outside now.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Bills?
Second.
Right off. Any discussion? Roll call.
Right off,
Yes.
Buster,
Yes.
Hebrink,
No.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bills.
Yes.
As a point of order, Emma,
Yeah, dude.
if there's ever something on the consent agenda that you wanna discuss and vote separately, you always.
Yeah, I wanna go back to that Sam's Market there. What, I guess when, device permit, what the heck are we talking about device permit? This isn't a, it's
For
babes.
For babes.
Okay, so I can change my vote on that, 'cause that's what I was not understanding on that one. Because just how I was reading it.
See that, like, I actually got a thing, it goes to the clerk email, but I didn't know what it was either, because I was like, well, we already gave him alcohol and tobacco.
Yeah,
And
I
then he
remember voting
applied,
that
so
one.
it's like technically a device retailer is if you wanna sell vape,
okay,
it's like a second form of tobacco as opposed to just having cigarettes.
okay, then I can change the vote, can I change my vote on that
So
one?
if the mayor to call it, that's fine.
If you would like to.
Yeah, I
change
can
the vote.
change yes, then.
Okay.
So if anybody ever has any questions under consent is saying like, usually it's just easy, not discussing things, but at any point on the council agenda, you can say, I'd like this removed from the consent. Or at least ask to talk about it, or if you really felt strongly to vote no, you could say, I'd like to vote on that separate. Or something.
Yeah.
Spur.
That was the one that was bugging me.
That's okay.
Good deal. And so we're good to go.
Yeah.
The roll call approved, number 18. Which we moved up, which is resolution 2025-161. This is bidding out the recycling dumpster transportation contract. Lisa did include the current contract, which is good through June 30th of 27, with a sale of Baton to Town and Country. That's why we're revisiting this, and we appreciate, Kevin, your comments.
So first of all, I just think because technically we don't have a contract with anybody right now.
Yeah.
This includes saying that until we would do something different, it's clear that we're paying Kevin and Town and Country, because for the first month, commercial still went back to Lynette. So this coming month will be the first time that we actually start seeing payments to Town and Country, not only for this contract, but also for all of our dumpster service around the
Pay
different.
ahead,
What?
sorry, you pay ahead.
Right, but I'm saying like we haven't made any checks out yet to Kevin, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, did we, Kevin?
You pay ahead.
Probably, I mean.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Probably good.
Either way, we need to make it okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I think we need a little, like, I wanna know that we're gonna bid it out, or you're just gonna give the contract to Town and Country. I think some level of due diligence is probably wise, and just like Kevin said, he's learning himself. So I'm not suggesting that we have to bid it out immediately. I'd like you to say, yes, we're for sure using Town and Country until we get to the point of doing it, but I'd like probably until after the holidays to prepare the bid document, if you'd like to do that and be able to see. Most of our surrounding communities actually don't use the private sector. They use Page County. And Page County, Brian is the manager there. He did talk about that he could also service this, and I said, if the council bid it out, would he put in a bid? Obviously slightly different, because when you're doing a 2080 agreement, there's not as much profit out there. As opposed to, obviously, if it's a private company, there's some level of profit that they're not doing it for government work exclusively. So whether the community sees a savings, a part of the focus of the election was talking about costs. So I know that it balances that sort of side that we went through with garbage about staying local, and then doing a due diligence that, are we also looking at what the price is? I think there is the element of what Lynette's talking about, like when I would go there personally on the weekends, often it's the cardboard that's an issue. Now, whether that means we need something smaller for glass and tin, which is also correct, as I recycle everything that I can, and anytime that I put stuff in glass and tin, there is never capacity issues. There is often cardboard ones, and there is some element of, it having to be crushed. But I can't honestly say, compared to some other communities that I've worked in, that I see like ginormous boxes in there that are not squished down. But because of the way the containers work, it's not easy. Like you can't just bring a loader, like stick it through the top and squish them down to like compact it and make it. But what happens is that because we're not part of the county taxing system, we get charged an out of county tax, basically, how they help pay for what in lieu of us paying taxes to the county. So right off the bat, when we drive in the door, it's $100 for the load. And then it's $70 for a ton. And ours are typically 130 to 150 is between Lynette and Page County, that's what they said. And so if it's not full, if what you're taking isn't full, then you're paying $100 no matter what for not full containers. So there's like that balancing of making sure that you do it so that Friday it's not jam packed with cardboard every time, or maybe we just need another cardboard unless there's something else.
Are there any health conditions with the state that we have to empty it every so
No.
often? Okay. Would the contract be the same until would we enter into a contract for a certain period of time unless we?
I think this resolution is saying we're holding over that basically Town and Country is getting paid what Lynette was getting paid. And then it would take me till after the holidays. If you want to go ahead with bidding it, then I would prepare a bid document, send it out to only the people who are licensed in town or a government entity is how I wrote it. So some larger company that doesn't already service us here is not gonna, so we have 4 contracts right now that there's no Batten, it was 5. So it's Southwest Sanitation, Poor Boys, Shenandoah Sanitation, and Town and Country, and then previously was Batten. So it'd be those 4 or a government entity would be who's eligible to bid
So that would include Page County.
because of a government entity. Mhm. But they thought that they would be able to save money on the transportation costs. They thought that we would, and so when you look at the fact that we increased the utility bill to pay for the cleanups, which I think we all agree is a productive conversation, maybe there is some room to also be able to reduce that by 50 cents on remember it was the $2 charge was for the recycling, so that's kind of the consideration. And you don't have to change, we could put right in there that we may choose to just stay with the current contractor.
It's currently 265.
279.
Yeah. 270.
So we would have to eliminate the bidding out.
No, I still want you to give me direction to go bid it out.
Okay.
I just need more time, like I'm not gonna have it for the next meeting or something.
I think we.
So that
determined a
also
long
lets
time
Kevin
ago.
get some more facts
Yeah, I
together.
think so too.
I think it's, we determined a long time ago, it's important to bid things out just for due diligence to get the best.
Yeah, and we can even say like preference may be given to an existing hauler, like the council has a right to do that. If it's super close, you can still say it's Town and Country because he's already got the dumpsters there and all that stuff. So it doesn't automatically mean somebody's coming in to save 3 pennies. You could get it. So if you're supportive of it, this motion for this resolution is saying that it is Kevin's work to be done for now. Under the same terms, he's not under contract with us, but we're paying him the same that we were paying Batten. He continues on as is. And then it gives me probably till January when I get the documents out, and we'd probably be looking at January, early February, so.
I'll make the motion that we approve the resolution to have Town and Country continue with the contract that was that we did with Batten with and also that we give them preference over the bidding when we do bid it out as a local contractor.
Do I have a second?
Second that.
Heat Brink? All right, so first Bradley, second Heat Brink, roll call.
Lester,
Yes.
Heat Brink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bills,
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Number 11 is resolution 2025-160. This is to accept the recommendation bids for the sale of what seems like one of the lots. We did not get bids on one. See, we did not get bids for 303 West Second Street, but we did get a bid for $600 by AKJ Investments for B, which is lot 10 in block 55 in the city of Red Oak, Montgomery County, Iowa, according to the recorded plat, therefore commonly known as 107 East Grimes. But we did not get a bid for 303 West Second Street. Is that correct?
We've talked to all the neighbors, it's just nobody next door is interested, so. We did receive 2 bids, a 550 and a 600. And I think in my opinion, not only with it being the higher amount, but I think it is more beneficial to have the person that lives next door own it. Most likely to take care of it, not just somebody showing up in the middle of a neighborhood and leaving it. The other bid wanted to do parking on it. So this AKJ Investments owns 105 East Grimes.
Parking on residential lots against our codes anyway.
I don't know that it is,
It is.
Unless they have a
well, again,
And-
I'm not.
service, an approved service. Okay. All right,
So then what this resolution is doing is that you're saying that you are accepting that bid to be published. It goes in the paper, and then we have a public hearing where you officially let the public come in and say if they have a comment about the 600 and who you're selling it to. And then after that public hearing, then you approve the actual sale.
so this resolution, which I didn't give up, is to publish notice of the public hearing for December 15th for the final action for the one bid for.
And then you would, in the resolution, it will list AKJ Investments. Obviously, we'll delete out, or the way I updated the resolution that you have in front of you, I just said, I kept the second lot in there, but said no bid received. And the value of the lot was $1,600, so it's not a high value lot, it's floodplain, you know, so again, selling it to somebody to go build something separately is highly unlikely.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Lester
I'll second.
and Bradley. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Frank,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bills,
Yes.
right off,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Number 12, resolution 2025-154. This is the adoption of a procurement policy, which we started down that road several years ago. And then we thought we hired someone that knew how to put one together, and we didn't get one done yet, so.
So we've
So
been
we're
using this all.
proposing to legalize the Montgomery County procurement policy, at least until for the interim, because we
How would
really
ours
need
be
it.
different?
set.
I don't
It
think
just-
it would be.
Probably wouldn't.
Potentially different.
Legalized, it probably wouldn't be any different. So,
To me, it just seems easiest to follow the same policies that they have.
I'll
And it
motion,
complies.
I'll motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
Bradley, right off. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bills.
Yes.
Right off,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Right, number 13, resolution 2025-155, approval of the fiscal year 2025 annual fiscal report. And Lisa, would you be so kind just to kind of go through that for everyone?
So maybe the summary on page 33 would be good.
Yeah.
So. Budget would have been done before my time. So I feel like some of it carries over from last year, because obviously we don't just tax more, but. The amount that was in the document last year, the 3.6 million, shows that we levied actually 3.8. So that's the property taxes, and then the next chunk is revenue, so you see. People paying delinquent property taxes, TIF revenue, and then they chunk things up into what they call functions. So instead of you seeing individual line items, things are either classified as licenses and permits, use of money, intergovernmental, charges for fees and service. The biggest thing there would be ambulance. Obviously that, you can see that's a large number at 1.1 million. Our annual fees for the EMS services is in the $600,000 of that. Special assessments, miscellaneous, and then other financing sources. So there's a lot of generics, and then transferring is if there's transfers between different funds. So there, when you look at the total revenues, and the other thing, some of this is where things are budgeted, so it's not always. Hold on a second. And it also mixes in some of the proprietary funds on this form, so that is also confusing. Like, these are forms that are forced by the state. So when you think about our world, we don't typically think of the general fund and the utilities, but like charges for service is also the utilities. So I think some of it was just over budgeted on the revenue side. But where you see that is that the actual is 3.6 million. So the 2.5 million on that charges for service, that adds up to about what the two utilities are for water and sewer. And then the 1.1 is miscellaneous things plus the large thing there, so that's at that 3.6 million, so you can see in that case. It's actually higher than what was budgeted. Those are the largest things, licenses and. Other city taxes would be things like lost, road use, things like that. So again, only budgeted at 924 of revenue and brought in 1.4.
So brought in more money than budgeted. And spent. More,
Well, you gotta get down to the, now we'll do the expenditure.
yeah, okay.
So then again, these are called functions. So instead of you seeing like police separate from fire. Pool, park separate from library, these are called functions at the state level. So the functions are called public safety, with all those mixed together, public works. Health and human services, that's kind of more at a county level, we don't usually have that, or big cities. Community and economic development, general government, I skipped their culture and recreation. So culture and recreation is, like I said, pool, parks, and library. And cemetery. Economic development. General government is a lot of like our admin side of expenses, debt service, and then capital projects. So on the expense side, they do show under business type activities, right under the total general or the total government activities. Then for purposes of expenses, they do call out the utilities separately. So when you compare, you can see that like public safety is lower than what was budgeted. Public works was a little bit higher at $35,000 higher. Culture and recreation is less than was budgeted. General government or economic development is a little bit higher. And again, these are unfortunately ways that you just are forced to plug things in. So to me, while the state requires it, like our budget document is a lot more productive to be able to see, those of you that went through the budget, except for Janice, how we did it this year. Like you can see line by line, it's a lot more productive, but this is all chunked up.
Yeah.
It doesn't really tell, in my opinion, a good picture, but we have to fill it out for the purposes of the state.
I think the key is just so that the common folks understand revenue versus expenses, where we ended up.
And this is confusing at best.
Yeah,
To most
not an easy
people,
one
it
to
is.
read. And then they added all this indebtedness, so this like middle chunk,
Yeah,
that never used to be on there before, so now they expect you to
What
publish
page are you on?
it's still
just the
33.
cover page, 30.
Page 32.
You look at the right above the green boxes. It has indebtedness, so you have to publicize what's your geo debt. What is your revenue debt, which is, means that instead of general obligation, which is backed by property taxes, revenue debt is backed by utility revenue in our case. And then other long-term debt is like our sweeper, and that's the sweeper payment.
Yeah.
And then you can see that what they're trying to say, which is, this part is probably clearer than all the other, is that if we were to borrow as much as our debt limit allows, which is a percentage of your total value, you could borrow $18 million. And we only have 6 million in debt. That's backed by taxes. So we have the, you know, if you add the revenue debt, you obviously get to 7.8 million. But
How
that's
does that compare with other years?
I'm not sure about, like, I would say for a community, if you're comparing other communities, you're on the lower end of normal. So, you know, if you're borrowing 60, 70, 80% of your limit, you're probably not in a good place.
You know, we borrowed to do that whole subdivision. So.
And if you look through the other documents later on, it shows the amount that we still owe on several. There's several that will be coming off over the next year. And then another one in 2 years, so.
And I think some of the debt was structured though to even that back out. So when you have debt that's coming off, oftentimes your financial advisors like Chip will advise you to like keep your front end payments low until those other ones fall off, and then you create a higher debt payment so that it stays more level, you know, big
Yes.
dips.
And I know we're talking about a fairly substantial investment in a new water treatment facility coming right up, so.
Mhm.
That's.
So again, that will be under revenue debt and not under the levy limits.
And with any luck,
Or debt.
USDA will help us with that.
So it's required that we put it in the paper, which it's in the paper this Wednesday, and then there's a vote, and it does not require you to vote, not having a public hearing. You don't have to vote after. So you vote today if you are so willing, and then it will be in the paper. I'll get the affidavit from the paper, and then we'll be done for another week.
I'm going to approve the annual financial report. Great reading, by the way.
Super exhilarating.
Lester
I'll second that.
and bills. I just wanted people to see that we brought in more than we really spent.
Yeah.
Number 14, oops, roll call.
Getting ahead of myself.
Yes.
Right off,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Deep Brink,
Yes.
Bradley.
Yeah.
Number 14 is resolution 2025-156. This is the approval of the strategic planning day for December 30th. We did this last year. It was very productive, as Lisa pointed out. 5 of you, 5 new people really will be here to go
Did
through
we-
this.
All day last year?
I remember
Till
the mayor did,
2:30 or 3, yeah.
the mayor did
I did colors in the morning.
colors training.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
And then she was like 9 to 3, 10, 9 to 2 or so, wasn't she?
she was lunch.
Oh, that's
after
right,
lunch
it was
in the
lunch.
afternoon.
That's right.
So we're making the day shorter, but we're not having.
Where's it at again?
Terry offered to host it at the hospital conference area.
Oh, in the Carter Education.
I don't know, is that-
No, it'll be downstairs.
Oh, downstairs, the Carter.
So we're on their agenda, signed up for that day. Karna can make it, and then I'll be working with the hospital staff on the lunch side. Either, or we go to the cafeteria or whatever.
Okay. And while the new people, while there'll be all of you, it'll have to be published as a.
Right,
Yes.
but I've checked with all of you, and then Levi, look, you can make it, I'm assuming, yep, and then Terry said that he as well.
And Levi too.
Yep.
So I think we'll start with oath of office for the mayor and the new council people
Yeah, the mayor has requested to swear everybody in.
at
So, yes.
8:50.
So if you're new, just elected, you would, so you two just would come at 10 to 9. And then we'll just invite the press to that if they want to take a picture for swearing in. And then we'll have the session after that,
Yeah, I know. And Karna does a great job.
Is it open to the public?
technically.
Technically it is.
I didn't know if it would
I
be.
mean, they don't get to participate.
The oath of office is definitely is.
If that would be, but I mean,
Strategic
is it
plan.
publicized as open? to the public?
It's
So
just
that's-
posted as a, no decisions are gonna be made, but we'll all be together.
Okay.
And I,
If somebody wanted to sit quietly and watch, they could, but they don't get to participate. It's not like there's public input.
I appreciated you including what we came away with last time, just to review it, because
Yes, that was.
we've
good.
accomplished a lot.
Good idea.
It really has.
That was nice.
Because a
And-
lot of people don't understand what we went through.
And they don't
Yeah.
understand why we were so consistent on some things, but
It
clearly.
was a long time.
Yeah.
How many years did we work on it? On the report.
Yeah.
I'll
So,
make the motion to approve resolution 2025-156, approval of the strategic planning day, December 30th.
okay, Bradley,
I'll second.
Lester. And Brian and I don't think we're part of it. Just so you're aware. Our last official duty is not then. Okay, roll call.
16th is my.
Permission to do whatever you want them.
Yeah. Roll call. Idol,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Ethan,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
The oath will be my last official duty. Number,
There's an emergency on the 31st.
that's right.
So to make it clear, even
Yeah.
though the Levi and Terry are sworn in on the 30th, so we're supposed to do it before the 1st or on the 1st. Nobody wants to come on New Year's. Technically, if there was ever an emergency, it would be the existing council through midnight on the 1st. Not that we plan on having a 31st emergency.
Yeah.
Never know.
I might be having a toast. At midnight. Number 15, resolution 2025-157, hiring of the utility customer service and administrative assistant position. It looks like you interviewed today and it looks like you came away with your recommendation of McKenna Sampson. She would start this position on December 17th at a wage of $20 an hour.
And I'm certain that she comes very highly recommended, so.
So we were super excited in this day and age of not getting a lot of applicants for jobs. We had 13.
Wow.
Wow.
And Carrie can attest, and it was Carrie, Clint, and I, all 5. There was not one person, like oftentimes people walk in and you're just like, "Oh, thank you." But all 5 of them, I feel like, were really strong candidates. And if there were lots of positions, which there aren't, or if other people were looking for people, I think they all really brought a lot of qualities. I think what McKenna brings to the table is a combination of already having customer service experience. And then instead of only focusing on this position right now, we were really looking at, sort of tiebreakers. Is what else they could bring to the table at some point in the future if someone retires or if there's changes, could they also, as I committed to you, if we can get ourselves caught up, maybe we can go back down to 4 people someday. So you want to know that if someone else were to retire or leave, that the person you're hiring has the capabilities and likelihood of being able to step into another position as opposed to, there really are some people that would just be happy doing customer service and only doing that exclusively. And so I think what we saw in McKenna was her experience at the hospital that she works at right now. And Clorinda has also worked at the Atlantic and Red Oak hospitals and just really has a lot of customer service. Does payroll. We don't really have anybody that can back up Susie if she ever had an emergency or wants to be gone. And so she does payroll at the hospital. And so I think that those sorts of things, as I explained to you, I want them to be good with the public, of course, but I also want to know that they have accounting skills and the ability to really take it a step further than just sort of that robotic entering payments. And I think that McKenna can do that.
I think the biggest thing with this is that we're not overloading the employees that we have, and the hardest thing with hiring employees is finding ones that are experienced. So we want to keep who we have, and this is important, and one of the first steps that we need to take to do that.
And it's very good to have them cross-trained because we were at a point where one would leave and the rest didn't know how to handle their job. So now we're at a place where everybody's cross-trained. And they have worked very hard for many years here, the entire 4 years that we've been on. So it'll be nice to have some relief, hopefully.
Okay, so that is our recommendation.
I move to approve.
Right on.
I'll second.
Bills. Any discussion? Roll call.
Lester,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bills.
Yes.
Right on.
Yes.
Number 16 is resolution 2025-158, approval of the fiscal year 2025 annual street report.
Another nice.
It's another nice document,
Yes.
but it's interesting
Yeah,
to look at it.
It is.
So this is really focused on the Iowa DOT. Because our 99% of the funds that we spend on roads and streets comes from the road use tax. And so when we look at that, the DOT basically requires every community to report back that the money that you're getting every year is legitimately being spent on purposes with which it's intended, which is public works, streets, storm sewers, things like that.
I was
So trying to break everything down.
in the street lighting amount.
How much it costs to
Yeah.
have streetlights on?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any questions, but it breaks it down not only in the expenditure types, again, they sort of pre-populate these amounts. And then you can see like our debt. Technically, I either have to say things that you purchased or things that you've leased.
And so is
So does
that,
that include all of the?
that's the street sweeper, right?
The
The
street
top
sweeper.
line is the street sweeper, that's what I thought.
The salaries include, and not only the 4 employees, but a portion of like myself,
The others.
Carrie, few of the office
Portion of
staff.
the city staff, city hall staff.
Like those that kind of cross everything are typically a 4-way split between water, sewer, road use and the general fund. So there's a chunk that goes in there for that.
Are we going to pay off the lease for the sweeper this year or is it next year? It's like 100,000 left.
I don't recall if there's 2 years left or I have to go back.
Okay.
So this is required to be submitted. It was submitted today, but again, It's just you know, you're not really approving it in terms of dollars because it's reporting what already happened for the year, but you do need to accept it.
Motion to approve the annual street report.
Bradley,
I'll second.
Lester, roll call.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bills,
Yes.
right on,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Number 17 is resolution 2025-159. This is our health insurance policy changes to partial self-funding with our third-party administrator. Lisa went over this last time in quite a bit of detail, which made a lot of sense. Basically, our overall provider is Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. We've had a secondary provider called Morgan White AmFirst, they call it AmFirst. And what we learned is that really, one, it keeps our people from being able to use that secondary coverage for any specialist here. They're having to go to their facility. And two, we have only 10% of our people are using it. And so we're putting a lot of money into it.
10% of our people are hitting any dollars in their Wellmark deductible,
Okay, got it. So but the AmFirst was still very low.
significantly less.
Yeah.
But that 10% number is when we had everybody log into their Wellmark and say, how many dollars have you claimed on any sort of policy? It was 10%, 30 of 137 people had dollars towards their deductible.
It'll be interesting to see how this pans out at the end of the year, it really will be. Because I think, I think it's great you did your due diligence on this because we wouldn't have gotten there if you hadn't have done that.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like any sort of normal algorithm for a group, it would have been, you can be confident that you were gonna save money. But it was just an added layer of asking everybody to log in, and everybody did, so that we could give ourselves a higher level of comfort. And really what it showed us is that there was even, way more reasons to be going in this direction than we even could have anticipated just based on normal groups.
Last year, Wellmark went down, but this year it's going back up another 16%.
We went down 16 last year and then went right back up. So what we'll pay if we stay with the policy as is exactly the same as we did a year ago. But under my proposal, we're increasing the deductible again, because only 10% have even hit $1 towards it. So we'll be increasing the deductible, which will wash out any increase. But what I'll suggest is that instead of any increase showing, is that for at least the next year when we do the budget, that we'll just leave it level. So that we know that we can cover any sort of blips on the radar for a year where it's higher, we can just budget 10%.
I have a question, did we have any injuries on the job last year?
Yeah,
Yes.
did
Did we?
nothing like
Nothing
crazy
big,
serious.
So then
And that's separate insurance, of course, that's work comp.
so Advantage Administrators is the
Third party administrator, so you
administrator.
pay them, it's around $5,000 a year for everybody, and it's basically just paying for them to do your accounting. They have access when you designate them as your third party administrator. They have the ability to get into Wellmark, so they would see Lisa went to the doctor and she's hit her city internal deductible, and then they would start paying. Whereas now, this AmFirst deal, people have to hand the providers a card, they literally look at you like they don't even know what you're handing them, no one's heard of it before. My kid went up in Wisconsin and they literally, for sure, never heard of it. At least here at the hospital, they sometimes do. No, and so then the provider has to go out and bill. So if they don't bill properly to AmFirst, then there's no coverage. Plus, there's all these exclusions. Whereas now, it's smooth for the employees, it's just Walmart. And then you're just paying someone that has access to the bills to say, we will start paying on behalf of the city. So there's no ability for an employee to be penalized by anything. So it's significantly less money that we're gonna spend, and the money that we are going to spend is being spent better in a sense of, obviously, number one, from a political perspective, from a good leadership, is not having a system that penalizes people to go to the local hospital. And again, if people didn't hear that last time, it was, if you go to a specialist that doesn't bill out of their if they're not billing for your appointment at a place where they normally bill from, their, we'll call it headquarters, then it's excluded from this Amherst policy. So like I had to go to a kidney doctor and they're like, oh, well, this person comes here. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Send me to Omaha because then they won't pay for it. Whereas that same doctor comes to Red Oak, obviously the hospital would want us to be encouraging people to use those specialists because if no one goes to the specialist, then they eventually don't come. And then the hospital is less attractive to someone who needs help. So we're really doing a disservice to Montgomery County Memorial Hospital by having that policy. And we literally tell employees, like, if you need a specialist, don't call me, because it won't be covered.
How are the staff feeling about this?
Very excited.
Okay, good. Cause the single coverage is still $500 deductible with an out-of-pocket maximum of 1,000. So. And
This also
families of
includes, like,
1,000.
we were not currently paying for pharmaceutical co-pays or doctor visit co-pays. We'll continue to have the employees pay for that. The one exception to that is emergency room, which is $150 deductible, and we will cover that. So.
And this starts,
Yes, it is.
basically we'll discontinue Morgan White December 31st, and this new policy will all start on January 1st. With the third-party administrator.
And then we'll kind of keep an eye on it. We'll be able to report back. See how we're doing, but I think it should be a really good savings for the city.
Yeah, didn't you say something like $300,000 savings?
The potential is there for 300, yes,
That's pretty
Yes.
significant.
not just a little bit of change.
Yeah. Pretty significant.
I'll make that motion.
Bills,
Second.
right off. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Bradley? Bradley?
Yes.
Bills?
Yes.
Right off?
Yes.
Lester?
Yes.
Hebrink?
Yes.
We already covered number 18. Number 19, we actually covered too, which is the swearing in of the new elected officials at the strategic planning session on December 30th at 8:50. I don't think we need to cover that again. Number 20 is reports, city administrator report.
I don't really think I have anything besides stuff that we've already talked about tonight. Obviously, we try to do the fast track on hiring. Couple days off last week. You know, we do have one person in the office out on medical leave, so we're trying to kind of get through that. Those went out on time, even though we had the holiday and that going on, so. Things are going good. We're excited to have Carrie on board. I think between Carrie and you approving the McKenna hire, I think we're in a really good place to start getting things where they need to be. So we appreciate the council's support.
My report, I just wanted to point out that I did include a mayor's report in the packet. And these links are hyperlinked, so if you're in the link, you should be able to go to it. There's a video about the governor's Empower Rural Iowa United First Aid pilot. The video really shows you kind of why this is a great service. Basically, this allows individuals who want to learn how to be a first responder, and it empowers you to have more people out in the rural area that would be able to respond. They're going to be opening another round of pilot funding this coming spring. So that's why I thought you should look at it. I think with our issues within our county, it could be a way of really kind of beefing up who our EMT eligible possible staff would be in the future too, but it would just help decrease the response time. And then there's a fact sheet that went with it. You could also click on. And then also I included the hyperlink to that Safe Streets dashboard tool that I talked about. I did have some email communication or text communications with Ryan Funk with the townhome program project. They said they were trying to get occupancy on the 5th. I don't know if that's still on or not. But they are planning to do an open house in the very near future. So
He said they would, I wasn't dealing with Brian, I was dealing with Jeff, but Jeff said, yeah, they hadn't really planned on it, but that they would talk about it.
yeah,
So have they read it? Somehow, you said,
I don't,
they have a waiting list
do they?
of people, but the first 5, it's always hard because they don't know exactly when they're gonna open.
When I talked to Holly, she said they were gonna finish
The first 5.
as they get them leased. You know, yeah, finish the first 5 and then as they get them leased, they'll finish the rest of them.
they have to be close. I don't
They
know if there's actual consumption, like we gave them.
I saw trucks up there working today.
The plan, original plan, that it was to do the first 5 in November, the second 5 in December, the third 5 in January. And then those others, the other to get to 33 before the end of June next year. So the first 33 should be completely finished by the end of June. So that's all I really have. I just, I thought that pilot program is really interesting. And then I also mentioned in there that the lieutenant governor does want to come for a visit to our community. So I would highly encourage, I'm continuing to communicate with her, but I obviously won't be in the office by the time that happens. So would highly encourage you to take her on a really good tour of the things that we have going. And it just helps to get Red Oak on the map even more with Lieutenant Governor. So. City Council. Start with Adam.
I was at the Heart and Soul.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. That's it.
Okay. Janice.
Actually, I think that's it also.
That's it. Heart and Soul.
And I
Well,
totally
fine.
forgot
There was a
Yeah.
holiday in there,
Yeah.
but maybe I do wanna, mention that I had a conversation with, the people that run, I'm on a blank now, our senior citizens center type thing, and they wanted us to remind me, said, you know, if you're 60 or older, you can go up there and eat, and it's $5. So I asked about it, you know, type thing, because I knew that was there. You have to, if you want to go, you have to call and put in your reservation the day before, and their menus are always in the paper. So I kind of checked out what, you know, was the rest of this week, and it was kind of interesting. So the meals do come from Hy-Vee. He told me that, and I asked, because the city funds the rental, I believe, of the building is what that's for. We help with that cause. And one of the things that he told me was they also get state funding for this, and I don't know a lot of the details. And then there's another grant that helps, because those meals at $5, you know, they're probably paying more than that for those meals, because it's kind of expensive, and a lot of times they put in things when you go up there and eat. So for all of us older people who are 60 and over, I mean, I forget about that. So they said they love to have people come. They actually always need some help. They deliver in town. So I did ask him how many meals do they deliver approximately, and they said usually about 6 to 7 a day, which I just thought it was an interesting thing. So if anybody's bored, also it would be rewarding to go help with that too. So
We did have, I forgot to report that we did have 3 crews of 2 that helped deliver for where they have the food bank. Food that was delivered the
Yes.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So we had,
I think that's nice.
not Wednesday before Thanksgiving, Wednesday the week before
Right.
Thanksgiving week. And so 2 people from the utilities, myself, Amber, and 2 people from the street department all took, it's like 10 houses, and you go deliver right to their door with whatever food they get. So it is rewarding.
It is rewarding to do things like that. So just a heads up that it's out there. I think that's it.
You had a theater board meeting, didn't you?
I always have a
Theater board meeting.
Well, we did. We had a theater board meeting, which, in fact, we have some specials coming up. I believe the Essex Community School District's gonna come this month and see a movie. And, it's always nice to be able to extend. The chamber's coming. They actually, had to postpone last Saturday, so they're coming this Saturday. And I think the fire truck rides are also this Saturday, and whatever is happening in Bo's building also with kids and stuff like that is happening this Saturday.
They had an opening.
They did.
They did. They looked full. I went
Yeah.
down to the theater for, I don't remember what, and it was full, which was really,
Downtown school. for
it was
purposes.
cool. So So small business Saturday is this weekend instead,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of blizzard.
Well,
It
it really wouldn't have been fun.
It was worse for
Although
me.
I was surprised when I actually worked the theater a lot this weekend. When I rounded the corner on Friday night, they were still having the horse-drawn. It wasn't buggy, it was like a hay rack, and it was all decorated. It was really cool. And I was kind of surprised that I didn't know that was still gonna happen, but it was full. I think Santa arrived, didn't they? He didn't.
No, he's in town.
Cool. All right. Tim.
Went to the Heart and Soul Action Plan meeting, the YMCA board meeting, and then Red Oak Area Partnership as well.
And I also went to the Community Heart and Soul meeting. And I also had 4 animal control meetings. I've been working on a survey. And we had to kick it back to the committee on Wednesday because several people wanted to add a question on TNR. So we have to take our vote, whether we're gonna include it or not, and then bring it back to you on the 15th. And I'm hopeful that you all take a positive action on it. So
Nothing to report.
nothing to
Nothing
report.
to report.
All right.
You're back in town, that's what I'm looking for.
I know, yep. And Sharon,
The hospital auxiliary board and, our, women's committee board.
ready? Number 21, our next meeting is December 15th. And unless we have a special meeting or a reason for a special meeting, that will be Brian and my last meeting. And then the next one in the new year will be January 5th with those new council members and the rest of you. So, number 22, Lisa?
Explain that, we're having a get together for Mayor Sylvia's, thanking her for her years of service here in Red Oak as mayor, so. It's this coming Friday from 5:30 to 8:30 at the 518. They're having live music, which I think is Phil's singing with one person and then another person maybe for the second half, so. They do anticipate it being busy, so if anybody wants to stop in, that would be.
And that should include Brian Biltz too, like,
He chose that it was not included, so
you didn't.
he was invited to be included.
I'm uninvited myself.
And I did get. the
I
plaque.
chose not to have a debate with him about it.
Yeah, but you're gonna be down there.
Okay, no, I hope you come down
He's gonna be
at
there.
least, so everyone come. And then I did give you the Shirley Billings's plaque that you'll mail to her, so that's good. And then any items for the upcoming agenda,
Oh, I'll ask him, don't worry.
you guys go get
I'll
to
think
start
about
your
it.
budget. I'm just excited that we're going out and not having to talk about budget again.
I'm talking about that after the meeting.
All right, with all items discussed. It is 6:30 and it's been 1 hour on the dot. So I would adjourn us. 6:30.
You want it?
I will.